What's up guys, and welcome back to my Pokémon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire video. Today I'm going to be speculating on where we're going to be obtaining the Sceptile, the Blaziken, or the Swampert in Pokémon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Obviously, when we got the Kanto starters in X and Y, we were given the Mega Stone straight away by Professor Sycamore. This could happen here, we don't know. I've got a few ideas where we could get it from, a few different people. Obviously it could just be straight away at the start, like just as soon as we get the starter from Professor Birch, but really it could be others as well, you know, you never know, they might switch it up, guys. So, yes, that's what I'm going to be talking about. So, let's start off by checking out. First one, obviously, was Professor Birch. Now, this wouldn't be as soon as you get the starter, because obviously you get the starter out on the little route with the bag and you save his ass. It would be after you do all the stuff with May, and then you come back and you get a Pokédex, and obviously then he would most likely give it to you, so you give you your Pokédex, let you nickname your Pokemon, and then he might say, oh, by the way, this comes with the Pokemon. I don't really know how he would explain that, but he could easily do that. That could easily fit in that sort of way. How possible is that? It's reasonably possible, you know, it'd be the same as X and Y, so it's very easy for them to do. I don't know if it would fit in the storyline, though, is the problem. Just because for X and Y, Sycamore gave us the Mega Stones, but Sycamore was the one researching Mega Evolution. However, from what we've heard so far, or what we haven't heard so far, Professor Birch is having nothing to do with Mega Evolution at all. I don't know what he used to actually cover, but maybe just normal evolution, I think? I'm not sure. But I doubt Mr. Birch? Who the hell is Mr. Birch? Professor Birch. I doubt Professor Birch is going to actually have any sort of anything to do with Mega Evolution. Maybe a little bit here and there, but he's not going to be focusing on it like Sycamore was, because that's Sycamore's thing, not Birch's thing. So I just feel it'd be a bit weird if Birch would give us the Mega Stones, because Birch doesn't know anything about Mega Evolution, pretty much. So what are the other options? Next up was Steven, which would make a lot of sense, because Steven is the one researching Mega Evolution in this game. He is sort of the one all about it, he's the one most up to date with it, so he could easily give you it at some point. Now, when would this be if he did? I think it would be in the first meeting in Dewford Town, possibly. You would sort of meet him, you know, talk to him there about maybe Primal Kyogre, Primal Groudon, everything like that. And then he might say to you, oh, you have a, well, what starter did you choose? A Trico, a Mudkip, or a Torchic? And then whichever one it was, I guess, you wouldn't be able to choose, whichever one it was, he would then give you the Mega Stone for. Yeah, that'd be pretty much it, you know. It could be in Dewford Cave. It could also be somewhere else randomly. It might be a new location where we actually meet Steven we haven't seen before. It could be an existing location where we meet Steven. But obviously, it can't be too much later. As I said, Kanto Stars, we got the Mega Stone for them as soon as we actually got the Kanto Stars, which is like level 10, level 15 sort of time, which is miles ahead before you actually need them. But they might leave it until you actually are going to get a Swampert, a Blaziken, or a Sceptile to give you the Mega Stones. Because in my opinion, that makes a lot more sense, rather than saying this is something you'll need in God knows how long. You know, say like, you know, or you've almost got it, so you're looking for the Mega Stone, I guess, is the sort of what I'm going to put across there, guys. I don't know if that's making any sense to you. But yeah, next up on the list, I have Norman, our father. Yes, I think Norman is a possibility to give you the Mega Stone. Why is that? Well, because his gym is like level 28, 29 time, which is the perfect time to then give you your Mega Stone just before you evolve your Pokemon into Sceptile, Blaziken, or Swampert. Depending on obviously which one you chose. Anyway, that'd be the perfect time. Plus, he's your father, so he could gift something down from father to son. You could beat him, challenge him, and yeah, he might give you a badge, might give you a TM, and he'd be like, "Oh, this is another old relic. I don't know, something I'm passing down from father to son now that you've beaten me." And then gives you the Mega Stone of the Pokemon that you chose. That's again another big possibility, in my opinion. The final person I thought possibly could end up giving you a Mega Stone, I don't know how likely this is, it's less likely than the others, just because it doesn't fit just as well, but I think it is a possibility still. They could integrate it, get it there, yes, could integrate it into the game somehow. Now, and that person is Scott. Now, you guys, Scott was not in Ruby and Sapphire, he was only in Pokemon Emerald. Now you guys will remember he's the guy that sort of is going around, meets you in several different places, and sort of allows you, I guess, to to eventually get to the Battle Frontier. I guess, he visits you in several places, chats to you for a bit, and eventually after you beat the Elite Four, invites you to come down to the Battle Frontier. So at some point along your journeys, you could end up actually sort of giving, he could be like, oh, have this, you seem like a good trainer sort of thing, because that's what he's doing pretty much the whole time he's actually speaking to you. He's sort of being like, oh, you look like a good trainer, you owned May, you owned Brandon, one of those. So giving a Mega Stone would not, and obviously we know he's rich because he is the owner of the Battle Frontier, so he is pretty rich. So it's not like he won't be able to buy Mega Stones himself. But I just don't know for Scott how likely it actually is. You know, it's not like sort of Stephen, who's related to Mega Evolution. It's not like Birch, who is just the professor, and it's obviously the same as Professor Sycamore sort of thing. And it's not like Norman, because Norman's, I don't know, I like to think Norman would be able to give you the Mega Stone sort of thing. But Norman is your father, so you've got that sort of connection along that way, I guess, if you think about that there. Whereas Scott is just really sort of just like randomly off the track. He could still do it just to surprise you. You know, if they don't give you the Mega Stone right as soon as you get your starter, everyone might be wondering, where's the Mega Stone? How do we get the Mega Stone? What's going on here? If we're not going to get to after Elite Four or something like that, and they could just spring it on you at one point when you're talking to Scott, and that would be very interesting. It would be a nice surprise there, and sort of add a bit more to the game rather than spoiling it all at the start. I guess if that's what I'm trying to say there. I don't know if you guys get what I mean. But yes, so those are my 4 ideas for where we might get the Sceptile, the Blaziken, and the Swampert from in a Pokemon Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Birch after he gives you the Pokedex, Stephen possibly in Dewford or another meeting place, and then, well, not and then, but Norman then after you defeat him, and then finally Scott at some point along his travels because he is associated with the Battle Frontier. So that sort of fits in that sense, I guess, if that makes any sense at all. Anyway, so there's my 4 ideas, guys. Which one do you think is the most likely? Which one do you think they're going to make it? Do you think it's just going to keep it as the Professor, or do you think they're going to be more experimentative and go for Norman, Stephen, or possibly even Scott? Who knows? Let me know down in the comment section below, guys. I'll be seeing you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, my friends.